you played for the Niners. Now I heard from a birdie out there, not the Twitter guys over there, that you obviously played for the 49ers. You won a Super Bowl.
I did, too.
You played for the Raiders. You played for Denver, and you played for the Eagles.
Yes.
And so you would think everybody's going to say Bill Romanowski's going to pick the San Francisco 49ers in this game because how many Super Bowls you win with the Niners?
2.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You would think that you would have an affinity and like a little bit of a homerism.
Oh, I want them to win. Let's get that straight.
Okay, you want this, so you're not. So you don't want Kansas City to win.
Heck no.
Oh, okay, I just want to make that perfectly clear.
We're just making this clear.
Make that really clear. I mean, the energy. I was at. I went to a few games this year. I went when who were they playing? Carolina. They played Carolina. Went there. They had a homecoming. It was awesome. The Yorks really did it up big. And then I went to the playoff games when when they played the Vikings, and I thought the Vikings was going to be a tough team for them, and it was unreal. You made me. Oh,
the last
yes,
guest.
Yes, there is a phone there.
Are you sitting on Dan Wallach's phone?
Yeah.
You didn't feel that you were sitting on somebody's phone?
I was sitting on something, but I didn't know what it was. And guys.
And everybody's so afraid of you. They didn't want to ask.
The energy in the stadium, I was so proud. So proud of what, John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan had done. And you know what? Hats off to the Yorks because it hasn't been a pretty ride for them.
No, they've been getting killed for years.
They killed.
People wanted them run out of town.
Hey, Tony, I think you were there when Jim Harbaugh took them and they lost, to the Ravens. So, hey, they had a good run, but they didn't. Nobody remembers the losses unless that was one of your teams.
Exactly.
And I remember that. And I remember being there and doing a lot of shows. And now they're back. And they're doing it with the help of a defensive line that just dominates the football game. And I look at it this way. You have 53 guys on San Francisco, 53 on Kansas City. I give the 49ers the edge on the overall roster.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But when I go 11 on offense for Kansas City against their defense, I give Kansas City the edge. I think because of Patrick Mahomes, they are more talented on offense, and I think they can get the edge on their defense. Although it's going to be a great battle because that front is going to make him he's going to have to improvise, and he's going to have to get rid of the ball fast.
Absolutely.
And I don't know if they can run the football against them. So it's going to be up to Patrick Mahomes, but he's the best quarterback in the league.
Yep.
He's the greatest young talent we have seen in a long time.
No doubt about it.
Because of that. The other side of the ball, real simple. I think it's a toss-up. Garoppolo makes a dumbass play every game. That's just what he does. And the Chiefs' defense is decent. They stepped it up.
But the Honey Badgers really helped them on the back end, though, Bill. You could see it. I was watching the NFL films playback, and he's there on the sidelines. I mean, the same thing with the Niners. I mean, these players are all feeding off each other.
Oh,
and I think the addition to that secondary of the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, he's been phenomenal.
Oh, he has. And, that energy is infectious. I used to feed off of Ronnie Lott when I first got into the league and, before I really knew how to be a pro. And what he brought to the field, to the game, that intensity, you fed off of it. Because when you needed a big play, Ronnie Lott came through. When you needed a big play on offense, Joe Montana came through.
It was funny. You saw the Joe Montana. He had his Kansas City uniform and his Niner uniform. He said, my team is guaranteed to win this week.
No, I saw that. That was awesome.
Now, Romo, of course, Smoothie King. Now, this is the first meal I've had. I actually had a bagel this morning. So I had a bagel and some coffee. So I got to change my diet. But we talked about when we were working together out in the Bay Area, I was doing the lean. I was in great
bringing
shape.
You the lean one.
Robin was in great shape. We were out riding our bikes every day, physical. Then you move back east and you get lazy.
Yeah.
Well, it's not just that. There's a lot of components in a different environment. It gets darker and it's colder, and especially Tony suffers from SAD, and so his entire body just sort of shuts down over it. And we've noticed it more on the East Coast than we did on the West Coast.
Yeah. No, we can fix that. And one thing about Lean One being a fat burning meal replacement, you get to lose weight. And the thing we got going on this week at nutrition53.com, we got to buy one get one free. And you know what the freebie is? It's Testo One, my new testosterone enhancer.
I need some of that, right?
Yeah. So you get Lean One, and that burns body fat. And then you get to increase your testosterone with Testo One.
I need that.
And so
can you
Robin's
put a shot of the Testo One in there?
Robin is going to be very happy about that.
And she'll like it too. Yeah. Oh no, that's a different guy.
No,
she might like it too.
But let me ask you a question, because I do know that as a man gets older and the testosterone goes down, it affects their bodies all over,
Absolutely.
right? I mean, not only their libido,
you put on more body fat.
Right.
You just aren't quite what you used to be. Mm-hmm. And, when your testosterone's going, you feel better. Your brain is clearer. You think better. And,
that's his problem.
Hey, I'm religious. To me, hormones, we are a bag of hormones. So you have your brain. You want your brain to be working. You want to be lean and fit. You want testosterone high, growth hormone high. You want to be sleeping well. And Nutrition 53, that's what we do.
And I've known we've been talking about this for 10 years at least.
Yep.
So this isn't some fly by night just happened. I mean, this stuff is phenomenal. And I don't promote anything.
Now people can get the lean shakes and stuff outside of Smoothie King, right?
They
can get it.
Yeah, you can. I mean, we sell tubs at Smoothie King. We sell, Lean One smoothie at Smoothie King. But you can go to Nutrition 53. You can go to lean1.com, or you can go to Amazon. We're also prominent
You're on Amazon now.
Yeah, we're on Amazon.
Oh, beautiful.
My favorite flavor is still the raspberry vanilla.
No, I like the chocolate.
That's the one I like.
Guy,
you know why I like raspberry vanilla? Because it's perfect to add some of the other fruits, like berries.
Oh, yeah.
Like the low glycemic index, the blueberries and things like that. Just throw a couple in there with some ice cube, boom.
And the nice thing about it is, hey, you buy a tub, you get a free bottle of Testo One. Buy one, get one.
Can I get it delivered by tonight?
Yes.
From Amazon, like express delivery?
Yes.
I can have it by tomorrow morning.
Yes.
Please. I don't want to.
Now Roma, are getting love. Don Juan 0720 says loved Romanowski when he wore the silver and black.
Oh God, those.
They loved him.
Years.
They loved him in Denver. They loved him in Philly. He wanted to stay in Philly, right? When you came there.
Oh, I did want to stay in Philly. I love playing for Rich Kotite and then Ray Rhodes. And, I mean, I love the city. I love the fans. Are you kidding me? It was awesome.
That's your kind of fan. I mean, the Raiders and the Eagle fan base are pretty similar as far as their intensity and ferocity.
Blue-collar. They just...
Now, we have one guy, King Flavor, is pointing out all the different things that you did, like breaking of somebody's...
He's a physical player. Right. That's when they can do that stuff in the game.
And not only that, but like how many things did other people break of yours? I mean, it was a physical... It is,
other
period,
than his stones?
You know
Romo!
What? You know what? Hey, there are things I'm not proud of, but I know this. On every play, I did whatever I could to help our team win, whatever team that I was on at the time. Mm-hmm. And... I always looked at it this way. There was an intensity line, and I never wanted to be below it. I wanted to be at it or above it. And when you're in the heat of battle and you're flying around and you got 300-pound men that are trying to hurt you and dominate you on the offensive line of the opposing team, you have to dial it up. And that's what I did. I dialed up the intensity every day.
By our buddy Trevor up there in Connecticut in the 203. You're familiar with that area, right?
I am. I grew up in Connecticut.
I know. He says, hey, Bill, my mom hated you, and you're one of the reasons why I'm an Eagles fan.
She had to, I guess, up there.
Well, I loved her. How could she hate me? She doesn't know me.
You know, and I think that's the one thing that people, when they know the things that you did to win the game, they act as if you were hurting somebody on purpose, that you purposefully went out there to just whatever.
Yeah.
But the one thing about Romo,
you weren't doing it vindictively.
No, of course, that's the way they played the game. And the thing that's interesting about Romo, because you went through all the concussions and things, and you have been at the forefront. We've known this for a year with a hyperbaric chamber and the way to get oxygen to the brain.
Yeah.
Because you went through a lot of points where you had a hard time even talking.
Yep.
And the remarkable turnaround that you've gone through with all the great people, because you study this stuff. It's not just, hey, I had concussions and I'm going to get older and I'm not going to be healthy anymore.
I know.
You've done everything possible to keep it straight.
And the next thing I'm on to is exosomes. And
what?
Exosomes.
Exosomes?
I do exosomes IVs. They're stem cells. Okay?
You can't get those online, though, I don't think.
No, you
exosomes.
Direct biologics. And
so are they your own stem cells that then get re-injected?
No, they are a donor.
Oh, that's kind of scary.
But what they do is they really, it's amazing the way they, make sure that there's no disease in it. And then what they also do is they take out the DNA in it. And when I say, I've done 2 now, 2 exosome IVs, and it is the best I have felt since I've been 20.
Well, if anybody knows anything about biology and anatomy, stem cells are the building blocks of a human being,
right.
Period.
Yes.
And so it makes sense that you don't produce stem cells anymore after you're born. I mean, what you are born with is what you have, and you deteriorate over time. So if you are suddenly introduced with new stem cells, it makes sense that your body goes, hey.
And these are from younger, So these are bone marrow. You can get them from bone marrow or placenta. And the ones I've done are from bone marrow. And, hey, I've talked to many scientists that are really at a high level, investigating these things and looking at all the research. And I tell you what, I will do this the rest of my life.
Now, where have you seen a difference for you? Is it physiologically or mentally or both?
It's mentally. I have had on and off back pain since I played in the game. I used to squat 600 pounds for 10 reps. Okay?
Yeesh.
My back paid a price for that. Guess what? When I did my first exosome IV 3 months ago, my back pain was gone.
Wow.
Literally gone.
Now, where do they inject the IV? Just into the bloodstream?
Yeah, into the bloodstream. Like you would get an IV.
Okay.
And it's done like a push. It takes about 10 minutes. And, and then I just did another one last week. And what I also noticed is for about a week straight, my brain was tingling in a good way. It felt really good. I slept better,
I wonder if it would help my hot flashes.
It would.
No, that's totally different. I don't think you need that.
I am willing
You
to
grow
do
out of that.
anything.
You grow.
Yeah.
Well, no, because if think about it, if my body were able to kind of regenerate, I could then feel my body would maybe act younger.
I will ask my scientist friend and see what he says.
All right. I'm not ready for those yet, but I do need some. I got to get some more.
I'm ready for you to do
Nutrition
anything.
53 product, the lean and the hormones and the testosterone.
Testo one.
Actually,
Yeah.
Bill, we have something for you because we totally decided this year we feel awful. Both of us feel the worst we have ever.
Yep.
And we said we got to do something. I want Tony, he's older than me. I want him to be around longer. I don't want him to just have a heart attack someday. And so we started, we have these great sponsors. We're going to give you guys some of these.
The Coral toothpaste is phenomenal.
Is it?
No
awesome.
fluoride,
no fluoride,
no SLS.
No SLS. And it has silver nanotechnology in it for antibiotic. And our teeth, no bleeding gums. It helps receding gums. It actually helps gingivitis. And the coral in it is the only thing that they have found that actually helps regenerate your enamel.
Oh, no kidding.
No,
it's a great product made in the USA. Yeah. It's a great product, and they've been. This has been around 15 years, so it's one of those products that you don't hear about because it's not sold in stores.
Right.
But they're online at Coral, and then they have a toothbrush, so it's called
CoralToothpaste.com.
CoralToothpaste.com. You can check out all their products on there, and you get 20% off if you use the promo code Bruno. But we're going to give you.
Yeah. We're going to give you guys, and then this is both men and women. BioLumiere is all organic facial products. It's amazing. I actually was willing to go on camera without makeup on. It was so good.
So this is everything we're doing now is all organic.
Yep.
And natural.
And
because no chemicals.
Here's the thing. I mean, you know this. If you look in the mirror and you see something that you don't like, and you feel like there's nothing you can do about it, you just sort of start.
I don't like
it's
that.
like a downward spiral where you just sort of. Yeah. So, our sponsor, they approached us, and BioLumiere, they're like, we just try it. If it's working for you, let us know. And BioLumiere, 2 weeks in, I was like, you know what? My eyes actually don't look tired right now. They do look a little bit brighter. They don't look puffy. It really is working. You start to feel better. And you're like, when you look in the mirror, the first thing you see, and you start to feel a little bit better there, you're like, well, maybe I can do something about this, and maybe I can do something about that.
I just brushed my teeth on the air with this stuff. This is phenomenal.
Did you?
It's got a foam the kids like, and it doesn't taste bad. It doesn't make you retch. So we're going to give you and your beautiful wife
last but not least,
gift pack.
This is a technology that you really like because of all your aches and pains, and you're still working out. Go Sleeves. They have. We don't have the product here with us because it's measured specifically to you. But I'm going to get your information, have them send it to you. It is a
compression sleeve,
but it has the KT tape built into it. And it's amazing product. I actually pulled a calf muscle when I was loading in all of our stuff and put it on. And
they have it for knees and ankles now.
Knees and calves.
Knees and calves. And it's phenomenal. I had it on for 2 days. I didn't even realize I was wearing it. So, everybody's wearing compression sleeves or they're wearing the KT tape. This is kinesiology into a sleeve.
Nice.
So it's awesome stuff. It's new technology. And we're going to send you some of that stuff too, Romo.
Awesome.
Appreciate it, brother. Bill Romanowski, ladies and gentlemen. Always great to see you, Romo, man. I miss you out there in the Bay Area.